Yo, what's good, guys? Today I want to present to you guys the top 5 best LRs that we have currently in Dokkan Battle after the GDC Part 2 celebration. Now, this is all just my opinion. If you want to get salty about it, that's on you. It is okay to have different opinions, and matter of fact, why don't you, before watching this video, comment down below what your top 5 LR list is looking like in Dokkan Battle. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we have the new LR Omega Shenron. Now for this guy, honestly, at first, I did not have him on this list. I'm not even gonna lie, he was like my number 6 option. However, the more I've used this guy, the more I'm starting to get to know him, man. Like, first of all, he has some issues at the start. Like, I would see him dying occasionally, and I'd be like, man, like, I wish he had the guard, and I still do wish he had guard. He would probably be the best unit in the game, period. Not even close. But even without guard, with his crazy damage reduction and with his insane support, I feel like this guy definitely deserved a spot on this list. Now the thing is though, I would rank him higher. However, with him, I feel like you have to be on his team. If you're running him off his team, he is significantly weaker. Doesn't mean he's trash, but I feel like on his team, it's a huge difference. I mean, his support and then doubled, and then he's giving damage reduction to people. Like, man, this guy makes Goku Black look so good, man. Like, I feel like this guy's gonna be very underrated because he's moving a lot of strings in the background. Like, it's not something like all in your face. I mean, he has a high attack stat, but in the background, he's just like making a lot of things happen, and that's what I like about this Omega. He's kind of like the glue to the units on your team, right? He does have the unarmed super nullifications, and that is cool. However, none of the hardest fights in the game right now has unarmed super attacks. Now that could change in the future, but at the moment, I feel like if it was a Ki Blast nullification, he would also be higher on this list because you don't really see it like that. Only thing holding this guy back from being higher, in my opinion, on this list is he's not a slot 1 unit. He's solid in slot 2. He can get clapped up before you could get both Omega supports running back to back, and also if he gets locked in slot 1. Coming in the number 4 spot is gonna be the LR Super Saiyan 4 Duo from the 7-year anniversary. Now previously I had these guys ranked lower than the Tech Vegito. However, now I feel like they have gotten some significant buffs. I mean, now we got the new LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who's going to be the perfect link partner with these guys. He's also got that insane defensive support for the first 4 turns, which buffs these guys tremendously. Now, the reason I wanted to put these guys above Super Vegito is, let's say we took these guys in that same scenario that I was talking about with Vegito, and let's say these guys got locked in slot 1, turn 1. Well, these guys can tank really well in that scenario because the first turn they show up, they have the guard and they have 77% damage reduction. You can make the argument that these guys' weak turn on turn 3 holds them back, but I feel like that can be avoided in a lot of fights in the game. I mean, you get these guys on turn 1 with their guard and damage reduction, you could go ahead and just float them off, and then when they come back around, they'll be able to transform. Or even if you start the fight, you get them on turn 2 with their damage reduction in the guard on their first turn, then you get them again on turn 4, they can already transform. So that's what I really like about these guys, is they could transform on turn 4, which is faster than Vegito's turn 5, because again, in these new hardest fights, the bosses be going hard like right away. So you really want to get your crazy abilities as fast as possible. Not only that, but these guys transformed is an absolute beast. I mean, these bosses now, the new Gogeta fight is hitting like 10 million on the super attack. And these guys right here have the super attack nullification, which for me 9 times out of 10 they always get that off. And even so, the first turn they transform, they have the guard, they have the 77% damage reduction. You get some more orbs with them, they have damage reduction. Not only that, but their team has a lot of support. We got that Super Saiyan 4 AGL Goku giving this guy damage reduction and defense. Like I said, that AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's giving this guy defense. Like, I feel like this is a really good card defensively, and the only thing I feel like stopping this from coming even higher in this list is now I feel like their damage has started to fall off just a bit compared to who I'm about to mention coming up next. Coming in the third spot, taking on the bronze trophy today, we have the LR tag Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. And I almost actually ended up putting these guys in the number 2 spot, but there was one slight reason that I felt like the other card was a little better. Well, let's talk about these guys, okay? The SDR Goku before he tags into Vegeta. Let's just say he's an amazing slot 1. He's got the damage reduction, he's got the dodge, he has the active skill to where even if a boss cancels dodge, he can still dodge, which is going to be helpful. I mean, you do have to wait a few turns to get it, but it still could come clutch depending on the fight. And what I also like about this card is when you tag out from Goku into the Vegeta, and then you use his active skill, and then you go back into Goku, not only is he going to have the dodge and the damage reduction, but now he's going to have guard for 4 turns thanks to the Vegeta active skill. I feel like that's the main way that you're going to want to run this Goku. However, I feel like on this guy's own team, it's kind of nice to have the friend tag out into Vegeta, use him in slot 3 to get the big damage, float him off each time. That way you have defense and offense. So this guy's a really solid tank. His damage isn't as high as the people in the top 2 spots, and typically damage doesn't mean too much. But I feel like honestly with the new meta, being able to defend and dish out a lot of damage is going to be huge. But I like how you can just chill on these guys, put the Goku portion of the card in slot 1. You don't got to worry about building up, nothing like that. It is what it is. A locking boss isn't a problem for these guys. A hard-hitting boss isn't a problem for these guys. I will say though that them being slot 1 is really good and really appreciated. However, there are replaceable cards for these guys, so they're not as essential and as needed for the teams that they're on compared to who's coming in the number 2 spot. Speaking of the number 2 spot, taking on the silver trophy today, we have my boy Rose Goku Black that tags in to the Zamasu. Now I'm gonna keep it a stat, guys. They absolutely killed it with this Rose Goku Black. This guy's a really solid slot 1 option. He's got insane support abilities for any Goku Black. The attack stats that this guy hits is absolutely nuts, and on top of that, he's stacking his attack, so he's getting even stronger every time. I mean, this guy literally is carrying villains on his back right now. We got the new Omega Shenron too, but I feel like 100% this Goku Black is the best villain, and I feel like he is essential on any villain team that you can possibly run him on. He's gonna be the MVP, which is why I felt like he deserved to be in number 2 over the Blue Goku and Vegeta, because he has way more value for the teams that he's on. Like I said, that Blue Goku and Vegeta, you could replace them on their teams, but on the Goku Black and Zamasu's teams, it's like you have to run them. There's no other villain card in the game that is fulfilling the role of Goku Black and Zamasu. I just like how you could comfortably go ahead and throw them in slot 1, and then you don't have to worry about them at all for the most part. Now, I'll be honest, I have seen them get caught a couple of times, but I feel like it's a pretty rare sighting, at least from what I've seen. Another thing that's cool about this Goku Black is once you hit turn 4, let's say you're under 60% HP, what you can do is tag into the Zamasu and use his active skill, and this guy is going to give you a full heal. Not only that, he's gonna give you some insane damage. You could switch back into Goku Black afterwards, and he's still gonna do some monstrous damage. But let's say if you stayed in Zamasu and used his super attacks, bro, this guy is hitting, no joke, nearly 200 million. Like, I don't think I've seen a card hit harder in the game right now without some absurd setup than this Zamasu is hitting right now, which is absolutely ridiculous. So this guy's got crazy offense. He's a good slot 1. He's got insane support for any Goku Black. I mean, when you use this guy with the double Omega support, man, this guy is untouchable. And that does give some points to Omega. Unfortunately, he didn't make the list. I feel like he's very close though. It's just that these guys on the list, like, they're doing too much, man. And on top of doing too much, they're slot 1 units for the most part. I mean, as you saw, the only unit that wasn't in slot 1 went in the number 5 spot. But yeah, I can't explain it enough. I think they killed it with this Rose, Goku Black, and Zamasu, which is why I had to put him in the number 2 spot. Now, taking home that gold trophy for today. I know you already know who it is at this point. We got the new LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Now, I don't know what's going on with the community, but I have seen some whispers talking trash about this guy, saying he's not that good of a tank, he's not that good, period. And I don't know what these people are on. Maybe we're not using the same card or something, but every time I've used this guy, I feel so comfortable. No matter where he is on the rotation, I feel so safe. All the hardest hitting bosses right now are doing Ki Blast supers, and this guy has a great chance to nullify. Even if he doesn't nullify, he gets defense when he gets super attacked by any type of super, and he tanks it no problem. Let's say, for instance, I've seen Tech Vegito go into the new Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta fight, and that guy can hit up to like 10 million. And I used Tech Vegito, granted without his active skill, so I'll give him that. He probably would have been fine with his active skill after supering, but the Tech Vegito got one shot by the same attack, and that was in slot 3. This guy, I'll throw him in slot 1, and it's like, bro, I feel so comfortable. Every time I've seen him not nullify the super and still get hit, he's still tank double digits. So what I think makes this guy better than the Goku Black in the number 2 spot is the fact that this guy has that nullification. I feel like this is the best thing about this card right now. Not only that, but the intro buff this guy gives is 70% defense across the board to any super class ally on the team for 4 turns, which is absolutely ridiculous. He's got guard, he's got damage reduction. I mean, I have this guy with no dupes, and he'll launch like 3 or 4 super attacks, all being crits, by the way. And like I said, he has a great chance to nullify Ki Blast supers, but when he's under 70% HP, it's a guaranteed nullification at that point. On top of this guy having the perfect link partners right now, some insane support on his team for him, and supporting his team himself while holding down slot 1, while dishing out insane, absurd amounts of damage. I mean, every time I hit this guy's active skill, I see 999 across the board. So this guy really reminds me of the LR Goku Black, but a little better. Now, comment down below what you think. I think this list was very close, but ultimately this is what I came up with. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed, and watch the video on screen if you haven't already. Peace.